As you can imagine, Aaron Altair was all smiles today when he arrived at Turner Field, as he will make his 2016 debut tonight against the Atlanta Braves, the same team he was injured against in spring training. Tonight's game one of a 4-game set between the Phils and the Braves. So with Altair up here, what's the roster move? Well, if you haven't heard yet, Peter Borges was placed on the 15-day disabled list with a right shoulder sprain. So Altair is reinstated from the disabled list. Pretty good numbers in 13 games during his rehab. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Matt Stairs. Well, it is good to see Aaron Altair back in the lineup for the Phillies, and there's a great anticipation for what he can accomplish, not only defensively, but also, of course, offensively. And Pete is excited to have him in the lineup.
Well, he should, because he's a very talented player, very good defensive player, speed, power, you name it, he has it. Injury this offseason or this spring training, very innocent play. It was a ball hit down the line. He comes over, tries to make a play. Now, from there, you think, okay, well, he just missed it. Watch close to his wrist how he rolls over. That's where he ended up having the injury. So it was a costly thing, because I was really expecting big things out of him, but he came back quick. What I really like about his swing is that it's so level. He goes to the zone for a long time, hits the ball extremely hard here versus Zimmerman. Line drive to center field. This shows what type of speed he has. Inside the park, grand slam, cruising around very easily, making the play, making it, not even close to home. Now all of a sudden he gets a mistake pitch up in the zone, shows the power versus Zimmerman, drives this ball to the ballpark at the left field. So now he hit a line drive at the middle, home run to left, now hits the ball to right center for a double, so it shows the power that he has all over the park. He stays on the ball very long. Fastballs inside, he can pull fastballs away, hits the ball to the opposite field.
Yeah, one thing that Pete hopes is that he can run him out there almost every day until the end of the season. So the evaluation will begin for Aaron Altair. Speaking of evaluations, well, Michael Franco, the evaluations are in. He's a pretty good hitter, but against the Braves, he's an even better hitter. At least he has been this year.
Well, he's been very good, and the reason why is he's been hitting mistake pitches right here. Curveball up in the zone, destroys this ball to left field, and that's the key when you have success as power hitters. You need to hit the mistakes. Another pitch up in the zone, fastball, crushes ball to left center. Again, another mistake. Fastball up in the zone, fast home run to left field. So he's hit a slider to left field, a fastball up in the zone, twice to the left field. Now all of a sudden he gets a fastball up in the zone, or a backup cutter, hits the ball to right field. So being able to stay on the ball, making mistakes when the pitchers are making mistakes, you're hitting it hard, and that's the reason why. And look at the numbers: 9 games, 303 average, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, 697 slugging percentage. So very good that he owns the Atlanta Braves.
All right, well, the Phillies hope that he will own them again, because obviously the series against the Marlins, it didn't go all that well for the Phillies. They didn't score a whole lot of runs. They're hoping to score some runs beginning tonight against the Atlanta Braves. Yes, it is a celebration of baseball here at Turner Field. It'll be Aaron Nola making his 20th start against Matt Wisler, also making his 20th start. The CSN Studios when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. For great summer deals, visit your local Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank. The next time you have a question about money, don't keep it to yourself. Ask a citizen. By Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. 4-game series between the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Braves coming off a 10-day road trip. 9 games, which included 2 against the Minnesota Twins. They got in at 5 a.m. this morning. See if that has any kind of effect on today's game. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. It'll be Hernandez, Herrera, and Franco, followed by Tommy Joseph, Aaron Altair, and then Carlos Ruiz catching today. Freddie Galvis will hit 7th, Cody Ashe bats 8th, and batting 9th and pitching is Aaron Nola, and they will face the right-hander from Bryan, Ohio, Matt Wisler. Whistler's done pretty well against the Phillies this year. He has not done well against everybody else, though, Matt. 4-10 with an ERA of 4.92. In fact, we probably have 2 struggling young pitchers for each team here tonight.
We do, and the problem is locating his fastball. Fastball has been getting hit hard and far. You can see the 19 home runs allowed this year. Take a look at the scouting report. 92.5 average velocity on his fastball. Fastball, 353 since May 26th.
That's not good for a starting pitcher. He has to establish it. Here's Cesar Hernandez to lead it off, and he takes one of those fastballs down and away. So we're underway, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Cesar has had himself one heck of a road trip. He is 10 for 25 on the road trip. Almost the same pitch. This time Larry Vanover calls it a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Cesar's hit it 5 straight, including the 3 against the Marlins, where he was 5 for 12. Inside, 2-1. That has to be unnerving for a pitcher when you see the opposition hitting that well against your fastball, because you know you have to establish it at some point.
Well, especially when you're really a two-pitch pitcher.
Yeah.
He uses his fastball close to 60% of the time and a slider 29% of the time. He also throws a curve and a change, but not very often.
3 balls, 1 strike to Hernandez, who will be followed by Odubel Herrera. Cesar was taken all the way. It seemed there. You like that?
Love it. Leadoff guy sees 6 pitches.
Check swing, ball 4. Oh, all 6 pitches are fastballs. So Cesar's aboard. Time now for our keys to the game, brought to you by Nissan. Matt, take it away.
Key 1 for me versus Whistler. He will make a mistake. In other words, be patient. He's given up a lot of home runs this year, and he's been walking a lot of guys lately, as we just saw. And 2, Phillies clean up the base running.
Amen.
I was going to put 3 in there, and you say you can't let Freddie Freeman beat you, but we all know that.
You can use that another day.
Tomorrow.
But the base running is, it was a big topic of conversation in the clubhouse today.
It should be.
Yeah. Cesar takes his lead. He's been one of the bigger culprits. Here's Odubel Herrera. Cesar now knows that the first baseman can block the bag. He was asking the umpire that yesterday. We talked about that on the air. Odubel hitting .288 with 11 home runs, 36 runs batted in. He's first on the team in hits with 110. Shows bunt, takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Adonis Garcia, the third baseman, was creeping in. It's not a bad idea. He does have 13 errors this year over at third base, so make him make a play. This is also Odubel's 103rd game of the year. He has the most in the National League, most games played. Runner goes, pitch is ripped into the hole on the right side, and Cesar will continue on the third base. A base hit for Herrera puts runners on first and third with nobody out. That's a nice way to start the first inning.
No, it is. It's nice to see that the runner's in motion. Guy who's been struggling throwing strikes so far. Good hitters count. Gets a fastball. Very nice swing. And a lot of times you do the hit and run as a hitter. You don't think as much. You can see right here is a tremendous jump, but even a better swing. You know, Matt Wisler over the last 4 games has been struggling. 21 in the 3rd innings. He's given up 31 hits, 6 home runs, 20 runs.
The Phillies have a chance to get a first inning run, and you see the numbers for Franco. He's 5 for 9 against Wisler. takes inside. We showed the highlights of Franco in the open, and one of those highlights was a hanging curveball here that he put in the seats in left field against Whistler. They play him to pull on the left side of the infield. In the air to left field. That ball is crushed. That's one of the longer home runs you'll see here at Turner Field. It's a 3-run shot. The Phillies take a first-inning lead. Man, that's some big-time power right there.
It's amazing how in the open we talked about his 4 home runs that he's hit this year have all been up in the zone. That one there. Corey Seager and him are tied with 5 versus the Atlanta Braves this year.
Well, it makes a winner out of Linda Miller of Easton, Pennsylvania, who's won $400. That's right, the Phillies have not homered over the last few games, so congratulations to Linda. And a reminder, stop by McDonald's today and enjoy the new McPick 2 for $2.50 menu. I'm loving it.
That's just an off-speed pitch that doesn't hit a spot. I mean, it hit a good spot, hit the barrel.
That is the 19th home run for Maikel Franco. 58 runs batted in. And here's Tommy Joseph. Tommy takes inside 1-0. And that's been the key in this inning. Phillies are allowing him to fall behind. Tommy was 2 for 11 against the Marlins. He hits that one well out to right center field. Inciarte on the move. It is gone. Opposite field home run for Tommy Joseph. He goes back to back with Maikel Franco. 4-0 Phillies. Tommy Joseph with his 14th home run in this his rookie season. And people wonder, can he go the other way with power? He certainly can. He did it in Miami. The ballpark was just so big that it was tracked down.
What a great swing on a fastball up in the zone. Tommy Joseph staying on that ball and driving it deep to right center.
It is 4-0 Phillies, and now the first at bat in the big leagues of the season for Aaron Altair. And Altair takes high. Phillies came into this ball game with 29 first-inning runs. Well, they have 4 in this inning alone, in this first inning. And Matt, you laid it out there. This young man has been struggling, and the home runs have been a big part of that struggle. 2 balls and no strikes to Aaron Altair. Altair pops it up foul, and that'll be out of play. Aaron hit .341 during his rehab assignments. He spent just 2 games at AAA. The rest were throughout the Phillies system. Wow, look at that. Last 11 starts, the opposition hitting .307 against him. Roger McDowell and Brian Snitker, they're hoping they can figure out how to get the guy that was 8-8 last year back. At the knees, 2-2.
Nice to see Aaron back in a Phillies uniform.
Off the end of the bat foul. Yeah, this is going to be a big time for him. There was a lot of anticipation for his arrival in spring training. The Phillies thought that he was going to be A, their best outfielder defensively, but also B, in the middle of this order at some point, helping Maikel Franco and Ryan Howard, who was in the middle of the order at the time. 2-2 pitch coming to him, and he lines it the other way, a base hit. His first hit of the season is a hard line drive single to right field.
You know, when we came into spring training and after watching Aaron Altair play last year, I thought he had potential to be a excellent player. I thought he was going to be the All-Star this year. He just has such a great swing. He has a good eye, very athletic, great outfielder, great arm. Just a very good player. Remember I told you about hitters and pitchers showing body language? Whistler's body language, not very good right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you blame him. It's one of those, he's got negative thoughts rolling around his head.
Well, yeah, I mean, all players go through it, but even on the pitches that he's missing, he's dropping the shoulders, his head's going to the left or the right, realizing that he's missing a spot.
Meeting's over. Carlos Ruiz is up. I'm not even sure what Roger McDowell could say to him at this point.
That's his first time he's thrown a strike.
To his first pitch, yeah.
His first pitch.
Carlos has hit it 7 consecutive starts, 10 for 21 during that time. Takes outside, 1-1. Carlos overall hitting .260 with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. He did not play one of the 3 games in Miami. Throw over to first, and Altair is back. He's got that wrist heavily wrapped in case he decides to slide head first at any point, just to protect it. Curveball. Still nobody out here in the first inning. The Phils have put a 4 spot up on the board. Thanks to a 3-run home run by Maikel Franco and a solo shot by Tommy Joseph. Another breaking pitch. On the Toyota Major League Scoreboard, we were watching this game with Larry Boa and John McLaren in the office, Matt. Colorado beats the Mets 2-1. Jeurys Familia blows his 2nd straight save. He had 52 consecutive saves, and he's blown his last 2. The Rockies were 0-41 when trailing after 8 before today, and they win it 2-1. 1-2 pitch coming to Ruiz, and it's up and in, 2-2. National League East standings have the Mets now 6 games behind the Nationals. Miami 4 games back. Washington is in San Francisco. They'll start at 10:15. Miami is hosting St. Louis in a 4-game series. Altair goes. The pitch is ripped foul. That is another facet of the game that Altair brings to the table, is that he can steal a bag or 20.
It's pretty good for a first half. I think he can still. I mean, he's quick, he's smart, he's a good base runner, good base stealer. You got to get 30 bags.
He doesn't go this time, and the pitch is inside, 3-2. 25 pitches for Whistler in this first inning. Braves do have an extra pitcher in the bullpen tonight. They may need that extra pitcher the way things are going. Altair goes. Pitch is outside, ball 4. So still nobody out. 2nd walk of the inning. I wonder if Brian Snitker's going to get somebody up here. You hate to do it in the first inning of a game.
You hate to do it, but you almost have to.
Well, you just can't let the game get away.
Right. And I think Freddie is that bat here dictates what he does.
Still nobody out. Runners on first and second. Freddie Galvis 2 for 8 in the series against the Marlins. His numbers this year against the Braves, 7 for 31. Garcia even with the bag at third. Freddie pops it up. Garcia foul territory, and he makes the catch. Boy, he really made a show-me catch right there. I'm not sure if I would have done that at this point in the game. I might have camped out under it, put one glove up, and put the other one right next to it, and made sure he caught it.
You did say he had a few errors on the year.
Yeah. I mean, look at this.
It's kind of nonchalant.
Yeah. All right, Cody Ashe now the hitter. Ashe is 1 for his last 30, dating back to July 17th, and 4 for his last 49. If you wondered about Galvis even bunting in that spot, it's only the first inning. They have a 4-0 lead. Plus, if he bunts them into scoring position, then you do have a struggling hitter batting 8th, and then the pitcher batting 9th. Outside, 1-1.
Matt Wilson doesn't throw very often, doesn't throw with changeups, and the reason why is it's 88. It's usually up in the zone, and the league's hitting 471 versus it.
Wow. Those numbers are through the roof. Fastball numbers, changeup numbers.
Curveball 278. Slider's been good. It's 183.
It's sharply to second, right past Jace Peterson into right field. Altair will score. It's 5-0 Phillies. That did look like it took a bad hop, but Peterson played it off to the side. And the Phillies will send 9 men to the plate at least in this inning.
Just as I say, it's a changeup down the zone. It's kind of olayed it to his left instead of getting over in front of it. And he tried to catch the ball deep.
8th error of the year for Jace Peterson. And Aaron Nola's the batter. He bunts, foul. Nola has 1 sacrifice this year. Bunts in the air. Freddie Freeman lets it drop, and now they got a chance to get Ruiz at second base and then stepping on second. They say Ashe's out, but Ruiz is safe, and so is Nola. That is weird.
No, Nola's safe.
I'm sorry, yeah, Ashe's out, Nola's safe, Ruiz is safe.
Because he touched second base first, which would take the force play out of. No, that's not right. Gotta think about that one.
Well, they may look at this one and review it. I think they're saying that Ruiz got back, is what it was, Matt. See, right there, yeah, he's out.
Yeah, Ruiz is out, and then he steps on second base.
Right, but he was on second the whole time.
Yeah, that's going to be a 2-6 double play. Oh, I apologize. 3-6. So there's the throw. Ibar, his foot's on the bag, and he tags before the foot gets to the bag.
All right, so they will review it, and I believe that will be overturned. That was a great shot right there that we showed. I mean, so slow that you can see Ibar's glove on Ruiz. I don't think anybody knew where the ball was, to be honest with you. Nola didn't know where it was. Obviously, Ruiz had to wait to see if it was going to be caught. So this will wind up going down as a 3-6 double play. Watch again. Freddie Freeman lets it drop. I think he did that on purpose, thinking he had a chance for a double play. Nice play by Ibar to pick it. He applies the tag. Right?
Left foot also
there,
on the bag.
And then he steps on the bag again for the force play. All right, so here we go. You are out. You are out. Oh, wait. Yeah, double play. He's putting up 2 figures. Well, maybe he's not calling two.
He said the inning's over.
Okay, now he said the inning's over. You know, I thought we had it right. There's no microphone down there for us to communicate, so we have to assume in a lot of ways. What you can assume is that the Phillies have an early lead. Why? Because they did 2 home runs. Michael Franco, a 3-run shot. That got the scoring going. And then Tommy Joseph went the opposite way. He was the next batter against Matt Whistler. All in all, the Phillies scored 5 runs in the inning. They take a 5-0 lead to the bottom of the first inning, and the Phils having a little fun here in Atlanta. Against the Atlanta Braves. Not the same for Matt Whistler as his team trails at 5-0. Let's take a look at the Braves lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Jace Peterson leads it off at second, then Chase Darno. Freddie Freeman hits third. Nick Markakis fourth. Adonis Garcia bats fifth. Ender Inciarte is down in the number 6 spot. And the bottom third is Anthony Recker, Eric Ibar, and Matt Whistler. And they will face Phillies right-hander Aaron Nola. Nola, boy, he needed these 5 runs to start things off. Maybe he'll relax a little bit, and he'll be able to pitch the way Aaron Nola pitched in the first part of the 2016 season. Matt?
Well, hopefully he gets ahead of the hitters early with the fastball. Take a look at the scouting report. Averaging 90.2 on his fastball. Now, he's throwing his fastball this year 58% of the time. League's hitting 316. Curveball, still been very good. He's using it 33% of the time. The league's hitting $169. I like the fact that he's actually using the changeup more, picking his spots when he needs to and trying to get some ground balls.
Well, the Phillies scored 5 runs in the first inning, Matt. It's the most runs they've scored in the first inning of this year. They had 3 runs in a first inning earlier this year against the Kansas City Royals. We mentioned they don't score a lot of first inning runs. They did tonight. Jace Peterson leads it off. You see what he's done here in the month of July. And the first pitch to him, fastball low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. This is certainly a shutdown inning right out of the chute for Aaron Nola. Ground ball right side. Cesar Hernandez throws him out, 1 away. Tonight's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. Bill and Angel have arrived safely back home to Philadelphia. They were with us for the first 2 legs of this trip. It's always nice to see them. Chase Darno is 0 for his last 8, starting in left field tonight. He's been a jack of all trades for the Braves. He's been all over the place. Playing a little left field, playing a little shortstop, third base, second base, center field. On the outside corner, 1-1.
Good movement on that fastball. Maybe a little too much movement. Came back to the middle of the plate.
Overall, hitting .260 with a home run and 13 RBIs, and a curveball waved at. Good speed on that curveball.
Well, I like the fact that he's attacking the hitters early. Peterson got out with a ground ball to second on a changeup, and this here, very good curveball. And you're right, Tom. It's the speed of that curveball that had him way out in front of it.
Freeman takes outside. Freeman rockets that one into the shift, and it takes a hop over the glove of Maikel Franco. That is his 12th hit this year against the Phillies. Two-out single. Freddie Freeman, the fifth guy in Atlanta Braves history to go 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs. He did that against the Twins. Andrew Jones did it twice. Andrew Jones, you go back and look at some of his years with Atlanta. I mean, he had himself, for the first 10 years of his career, a heck of a career.
He was a very good player. He was an exciting player.
Inside to Nick Markakis. It's 1-0.
It's his third changeup already. 11 pitches into the game. He's got 3 changeups. One for a ground ball to second, one for a base hit by Freeman. And that one there just out of the zone.
3 balls and no strikes to Markakis. Markakis 5 for 32 against the Phillies this year. A .259 hitter. You wonder, why is he batting cleanup? Well, he's their best hitter with runners in scoring position. That's the main reason.
Well, and also, I think he's the only guy in the lineup that can protect Freddie Freeman.
Well, that's part of it, too. 3-0 pitches in there.
And not disrespecting any other player on the Atlanta Braves,
No,
but
you're right, it's true.
If you go down the roster, Nick Markakis is the only guy that can hit behind Freddie Freeman.
Outside, ball 4. Well, 5-0 lead, 2 runners on, and now Adonis Garcia will be the batter.
Coming into today's game, Aaron Nola thrown 54 innings on the road. Now 54 2/3. That's only his 13th walk on the road this year.
That has been one of his issues, though, I think, while he's struggling, are the free passes. Here's Adonis Garcia. He's hot lately, a 9-game hitting streak. Off the end of the bat, foul.
The cross up right there.
Carlos will trot out to make sure that he and Nola are on the same page. Fortunately, Garcia did swing at it.
Almost looks like it's supposed to be a curveball. What's the reaction by Chooch? I didn't break.
Thank goodness he hit it, because if he did it, that may have hit Carlos right in the arm. Shoulder, so that's going to load up the bases for Ender Inciarte.
Trying to be too quick to home. Ball just gets up and into Garcia.
Last night it was the Braves who jumped out to a 4-0 lead over the Twins. They wound up winning the ball game 9-7. Here's Inciarte. He's also hit an 8 straight. Curveball drops in 0-1. Nolan, his last start threw 80 pitches against the Pirates. He allowed 6 runs and 6 hits in just 4 innings of work. He has not won a game since the 5th of June. Another breaking ball. This one a little tighter. Inside, it's 0-2.
That was his 6th hits batsman of the year. He had 3 in one game versus the Giants.
Almost backdoored him there. It's 1-2. All right, Aaron's about to throw his 20th pitch of the inning. Phillies scored 5 runs in their half of the first. And now the Braves are threatening. It's back to 2-2. Now you're sort of in a predictable count for Inciarte, who is a good fastball hitter.
Yeah, bases loaded, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's probably the best pitch you're going to see. Doesn't want to go to 3-2.
Fastball runs right back over the plate. Strike 3 calls. And the Braves leave them loaded here in the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, and a hit batsman. Cesar Hernandez will lead it off again when we come back. Colorado Rockies Jim Thome will be inducted into the Phillies Wall of Fame prior to the game. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Wall of Fame is sponsored by Toyota. Here's Cesar Hernandez, who began the game with a leadoff walk and then came around to score on the home run by Maikel Franco.
After that first pitch,
line drive caught by Ibar, was shaded that way.
After that first pitch inside, he called it a ball. Inciarte is in center field throwing his arms up.
PHI AT ATL was called out on strikes to wrap up the bottom of the first inning on a pitch that he thought was inside. One away for Odubel Herrera. He singled also, where he got on base also in the first inning and then scored on the Franco home run. Inside, 1-0. Braves appeal to see if Odubel went around on that check swing.
Curveball.
Recker wants the changeup. And he gets it in the dirt, 3-1.
So changeup's just way too hard at 89. When you're throwing 94, 93, and then you're coming in with a changeup.
There's a fastball at Odubel, an awkward swing. It's 3-2. Speaking of changeups, I got a tutorial from Don Sutton on the changeup, the Hall of Fame before the ball game. Said people just don't know how to throw it anymore the right way. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field. Chase Darno makes the catch. Now there are 2 outs. What Don was saying, that a lot of times as Maikel Franco's coming up, there's his first inning home run.
That's not a very good way to throw a curveball. Right into the barrel. 19th home run of the year, and RBI 56, 57, and 58.
Beautiful swing. He was right on it. Anyway, Don was saying that the way he was taught to throw a changeup was throwing it with your palm leading and not with your fingers leading. It's kind of interesting to listen to his take on it. Tapper back to the mound. He tried to barehand it. It's picked up by Ibar. He still throws Franco out. 1-6-3 on the putout. And Whistler is through the top of the second inning. Phillies go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the second here in Atlanta. Well, Aaron Nola has a 5-0 lead to work with. I'm sure they'll talk about the 5-run first inning by the Phillies on Breakfast on Broad. Nola will face Anthony Recker Record formerly of the New York Mets and the Cleveland Indians. That's where the Braves got him from. He has 3 home runs and 9 RBIs against the Phillies. It's funny looking at his average against the Phillies as Nola misses on the first pitch. Before the ball game, when I was looking at different numbers, I thought his numbers were way better against the Phillies. I knew he had 3 home runs, but I thought his batting average was better against the Phillies. Cracks that one toward the hole. Cut off by Franco. In time. What away. Eric Ibar is coming up. All right, Murph. So an inning and a third. Aaron is not necessarily commanding the strike zone just yet.
Yeah, there's good news in this game early on for Aaron Nola and some bad news early on in this game. The good news is that he got through that first inning unscathed, which has been a problem for him. He's allowed 16 earned runs in the first inning through 19 first innings so far this season. However, the bad news, just 2 of 7 of the first 7 batters he's thrown a first pitch strike. That is an important stat for Aaron Nola. When he does that, opponents are batting just 195 against him with an OPS of 516, which is very modest. But when he throws a first pitch ball to a batter, which he's done 5 times already in this game, how about a batting average for the opponents of 305 and an OPS of 864? That is an enormous difference. So, like most pitchers, it behooves him to get ahead of batters and work ahead of the count. But for Aaron Nola, the numbers really play it out that he needs to pitch ahead of these guys.
Yeah, and I think it sets everything else up for him. I mean, you can say that about every pitcher, but Aaron's not going to overpower anybody. Right. But it does set everything else up.
Very good point.
I think that's interesting. His strikeouts per 9 innings are up this year by nearly 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eric Ibar. And Ibar lines it foul. Ibar is 9 for his last 52. He hasn't necessarily been the player the Braves thought they were getting when they traded Andrelton Simmons to the LA Angels. Let's see if he throws that front door fastball again. And a line drive caught by Cesar Hernandez. That may have gotten a little too much of the plate. But it's still an out.
Yeah, he wanted to throw that front door sinker. It did come back, but he did hit it off the end of the bat a little bit.
Matt Whistler 3 for 33 with 16 strikeouts this year as a hitter. Another first pitch that is out of the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes.
Aaron Nola looks like he's fighting his delivery in the first inning and 2/3. Windup right there was totally different than the first windup. First windup was really quick and then herky-jerky at the end. You can see how he falls off to the left of the mound. That one there, he had better balance. So for him, it's all about calming his body down.
Because he has a 5-run lead, can he work on those mechanics in this outing?
Well, I think so. In certain spots, of course.
2-1 to Whistler. But it's 2-2. And I'm not saying that 5-0 means the game's over by any stretch, but he certainly has things he needs to work on to get back to where he was the first 7 starts of the season. Whistler fights off the curveball. He reaches out and he pokes it fair down the right field line. And Whistler will just stop at first. Base hit number 2 for the
much you can do about that. Just throws the bat to the ball, and unfortunately lands fair down the first baseline.
Jace Peterson grounded out to Cesar Hernandez his first time up. Out to left field, and Cody Ashe will size it up. No runs, one hit, and one man left for the Atlanta Braves. We've completed 2. We'll go to the third, 5-zip. Phillies on top. Time now for the Chief Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, here we go, Matt. Who were the only 2 Atlanta Braves starters to pitch at least 8 innings and allow 1 run or fewer in their debut? Answer will be revealed in just a little bit. Now, Phillies fans haven't seen that kind of first inning this year from them. A 5-run first inning. So it's a nice way to start this 4-game series, particularly after just 1 run in the last 2 games against the Miami Marlins. Tommy Joseph leads it off. He homered his first time up the opposite way. And he takes low.
But the key now, if we can have a Nissan keys to the game in the 3rd inning,
we can get that if you want.
Add on.
I would agree with
Don't
that.
sit back.
Curveball, and it's 1-1. Tommy Joseph is hitting .264 coming in.
It's a good batting average. For a first-year player who's gone through a little struggle at time.
1-2. It'll be Tommy Joseph, Aaron Altair, and Carlos Ruiz for the Phillies here in the top of the 3rd. 5 runs on 4 hits after batting around in the 1st. Outside, 2-2. This is what Tommy did in the 1st inning.
That's a nice swing. Hitting that ball deep to right center.
Down and away, 3-2. This is the 4th full count for Whistler in 2+ innings. Joseph jammed a little bit, pops it up on the right side. Jace Peterson puts it away. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. With every out-of-market game live in HD and over 400 supported devices. It includes a free subscription to At Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Altair single to right his first time up. Aaron jumped on a plane this morning from Philadelphia to get here to Atlanta. He had hoped to stay overnight in Philadelphia last night and then fly out, but there were no hotel rooms because of the DNC going on, Democratic National Convention. So he stayed up toward Lehigh Valley and then was able to get down in time today for his flight. He has been chomping at the bit to try to get back. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. First strikeout for Whistler. And Carlos Ruiz will hit here in the 3rd. Down and away. One strike. Carlos did not catch it all. We mentioned in Miami, Cameron Rupp caught all 3 of those ball games. Cam was busy today pulling a practical joke on everybody that was coming into the clubhouse. There's a liner out toward right center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Ruiz has now hit in 8 consecutive starts. A 2-out single.
He tried to get me with it today.
Did you bite?
No.
I did.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So this is what he did, everybody, just so you know. He had a cooler next to the tub of Gatorade and water that was in the clubhouse. And
thought my chair broke.
I see your chair broke. Freddie Galvis is the batter. Anyway, the cooler next to the tub of Gatorade and water. He said to me, he said, "Hey, T-Mac, can you get me an energy drink out of there?" I said, "Where, out of here?" He said, "No, out of there." So I lifted up the cooler, and in it was a rubber snake. When you lift it up, the snake pops up. I jumped. I'll admit it. I jumped. Yeah. The best was when he got Larry Anderson. That was even funnier because Larry knew something was going on. Made everybody laugh, though. I mean, everybody was laughing as he did it one time after another. No balls and 2 strikes to Freddie Galvis. Inside 1-2. Murph, you got more on the snake story? I didn't know there was more to it.
No, I was just saying that the best was when he got Jim Salisbury.
Oh, yeah. I missed that one. Yeah.
He got Jim. He got Jim pretty good. Actually, it was Hector Neris that got Jim Salisbury pretty good.
Yeah.
And Jim probably jumped about 6 feet off the floor, and he's only about 5 foot. So.
Oh, wow.
He took that hook, line, and sinker.
It was funny, though. It really was. It was funny.
I videotaped you and Larry getting.
I saw you with your phone, and I'm like, what is he looking at his phone while we're in the clubhouse?
I might put that up on Twitter, perhaps.
That's fine. Ball is ripped foul deep down the right field line. Did he get you, Murph? Did he ask to get you?
No, I was walking in.
Oh, you were more the videographer?
Well, no, I was walking in when they got Jim, so.
Oh, you were the studio audience?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I got, they would have gotten me. I would have jumped across the clubhouse. So.
I knew something was up, too, because I'm sitting there thinking, why doesn't he just get up and get it himself? He's just trying to be nice. Freddie hits it back toward the middle, off Whistler, and right at Freddie Freeman. Galvis is retired. 1-3 on the putout. We'll try to fix Matt's chair in between innings. Not sure if we'll be successful or not. It's funnier the way it is now. By your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. By Jefferson, call 800-JEF now or visit jefferson.edu. And by Chevrolet. Visit your local dealer at ChevyDealer.com. Peter Borges placed on the disabled list today. Just talking to him before the ball game, he said, "You know, I feel better today. I really do. I don't know if I would have been ready, though, before Tuesday's game against the Giants." And he understood, even though it's frustrating for a player, because he's on a 15-day DL, and the injury probably wouldn't have lasted 15 days. Yes. But it was going to last conceivably through the weekend. And Pete Buchanan just felt like they could not go shorthanded, particularly in the outfield. So that's why they made the move today, and, you know, gives them a chance to heal fully. Chase d'Arnaud takes a fastball. Well, that's the curveball that would usually freeze a hitter if it comes all the way back, because d'Arnaud had given up on it. Instead, 2 balls and 1 strike to d'Arnaud, who struck out his first time up. Pulls that foul. And he thought that was down the third base line. He was busting for a double.
He really had no idea where that ball
went.
No
idea where it was. That's good, though. He was running. Made contact. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. 3rd strikeout for Aaron Nola. Going to bring Freddie Freeman to the plate. He is the subject of our Geico quote of the day on his 5 RBI game last night. It's nice to get some hits with runners in scoring position. It's nice to actually do my job for once this year. It's been a struggle for me offensively with runners in scoring position, so it's nice to finally come through. And that is true. He's hitting just over 200 with runners in scoring position, which is very surprising. Singled his first time up. I say that's surprising because since the 1st of June, it's about 2 months, but he has 32 extra base hits since the 1st of June. You would think that some of them came with runners in scoring position.
Well, I think there's a few things. Even though he is a veteran, maybe he's trying to do too much.
Could be.
Maybe he's going out of the strike zone a little too much. Swinging at pitches that he usually doesn't swing at. Or maybe it's just one of those years where he's not getting base hits with runners in scoring position.
A couple good curveballs in this at bat from Nola. Tried it again. This one to the back foot. Fish weren't biting. 3-2. Freeman draws a walk. Close pitch. If your employees are on the road as much as the Phillies are, protect them with Independence Blue Cross. They're part of a national system of Blue Cross and Blue Shield plans that cover more than 100 million members across the country. Live fearless. Learn more at ivx.com/biz. Walk brings Nick Markakis to the plate. Second walk for Nola. He's also hit a batter. Whoa, man. Some young kid just made an unbelievable one-handed leaping catch on that foul ball. That one right there, that kid right there. Look how casual he looks. Curveball. Got to show some emotion. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
He just told him, I don't need to bring a glove.
That's one of the best catches you're going to see at a ball game from a fan. Strike 3 called. I thought he said off. I thought he said ball. That's four strikeouts for Nola. I thought it was a strike just looking at it, but I didn't know where Larry Vanover was going with it.
Front door sinker.
Two gone. Adonis Garcia. Tried to hold up. He went around on that breaking pitch.
You know, and the front door sinker that he threw to Markakis to strike him out. Inciarte, they were both up in the zone. That's where you want to throw that front door sinker, because if you miss, it's still going to be at the top of the zone. And you, as a left-handed hitter, it's hard to react to that.
Ball's hit sharply to third, gobbled up by Franco, who stumbles to his feet and throws him out. It's a nice play by Maikel Franco.
Very nice play.
Hard hit ball. Picked it off on this glove side. That leaves Freeman over at first base. need to run and clean your business, including an amazing selection of quality Boardwalk products that deliver bottom line savings. Call and order by 11:30 and get your order the same day. Boo Butt, WB Mason. It's a nice play, if only because the ball was hit hard by Adonis Garcia.
Plus he catches it behind him. Nice soft hands, good play.
He works every day with Larry Boa on this Perry Hill drill. Perry Hill, the first base coach of the Marlins, where he's on his knees, and Larry Boa throws him or hits him ground balls to his left, to his right. As Chase Darno is unable to get to that one. Braves are booing the fan because the fan leaned over. I don't think Darno was going to catch it anyway.
Darno slowed up before he got to the wall.
Yeah.
They call him Kobayashi out.
Oh, no way. They are calling him out by the looks of it. There's no way he would have caught this ball. There's no way. Right there he backed off. There's no way he would have caught that ball. I mean, the fan did lean over.
He was a step and a half away.
He wasn't going to catch that ball.
No.
Pete Buchanan is upset. Juan Samuel is upset, as you can imagine. I didn't even see Marquez signal it. See, he wasn't even close to it. His glove is not even in a catching position. I understand fan interference and everything, because the fan did come into the field of play with his arms, but Chase Darno was not going to catch that ball. You have to use common sense if you're an umpire in this situation, and it happens fast, so you may not see it clearly. I think if they review this, because it is a boundary play, I think if they review this, they'll see it. He's not even close to it.
And his eyes were closed.
I think if the fan had handed it to him, he would have grabbed it. Did Chase Darno give him a kiss?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We gave him a little base on.
I think right now they're calling him out, Matt. Alfonso Marquez is a veteran umpire. I think Larry Vanover just told him that he can challenge it. This is a long explanation from Alfonso Marquez. They have called him out, and he must not be allowed to challenge it, which is crazy. Let's take another look at it. He was not going to catch this ball. He wasn't even going to come close to catching the ball. And now Kobayashi is upset about it. So it is not reviewable, according to the umpires. Wow, what a break for the Braves on that one. So fan interference, and Kobayashi is out. And Aaron Nola takes a strike.
But I don't understand why that couldn't be reviewed. Is it because it's an umpire ruling?
Oh, no. I mean, my understanding is that all boundary rules, home runs, foul balls, that's what replay was put into place for originally.
Right.
But there has to be a rule that says that you cannot review something like that. The putout does go, of course, to the left fielder. That one by Nola was 6-3 on the putout. Here is Cesar Hernandez. Two balls and one strike to Cesar Hernandez. Cesar is 0 for 1. He lined out his last time up. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Little dribbler foul.
Matt Whistler has calmed down since the first inning.
Yep.
Giving up 5 the first inning. Better command of his breaking pitches.
Swing and a miss. He gets a strikeout to wrap up the 4th inning. That's a 9-pitch 4th inning. He got a break on a call against Kobayashi. Turns out to be a 1-2-3 inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th right after this. By Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com to find your RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go places. Let's go Phils. Bottom of the 4th inning. It's 5-0 Phillies on top. And Ender Inciarte will lead it off. You know, just going over the rules more and more on what just happened to Kobayashi. It is entirely up to the umpire's judgment on fan interference. Alfonso Marquez could have easily said that that was not catchable, and it would have been a no play. And Ciarte takes outside 1-0. Fan interference is reviewable, so we'll have to figure out why Pete didn't review it, or if there was something said by the umpires. So Marquez could have judged that that was not catchable for d'Arnaud. He judged that the fan interfered with Chase d'Arnaud. Ground ball to second base. Cesar Hernandez is up with it. One away. The list of things that are reviewable includes fan interference. So why it wasn't reviewed, that's I guess what we have to find out after the game. There must be some reason why Pete decided not to, or if the umpires said something to him that caused him to decide not to. But it is umpire's judgment, as we mentioned. It's entirely umpire's judgment. Anthony Recker takes a fastball. It's 0-1. Sometimes just have those plays where you don't always have an explanation for it. You want to make sure that you're right with it when you're describing it, but the only explanation will have to come after the game. 1 ball and 1 strike to Recker.
I was just surprised that he called him out as quick as he did when the play is 130 feet from him down the left field line.
Yep. Inside with a changeup, and it's 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Yeah, the list of plays that can be reviewed: ground rule doubles, fan interference, boundary calls, force plays at all bases. So, and that's number 2, by the way, fan interference on the list of what can be reviewed. 3-1 pitch coming to Recker. Back toward the middle, knocked down softly by Nola, picked up by Hernandez, dug out by Joseph. Sometimes they don't give the pitcher an assist on that because the ball wasn't misdirected, but it was definitely slowed. So by rule, you give an assist to the pitcher.
Cesar does a nice little strong throw here. Nice pick by Joseph at first base.
Ibar lined out to second his first time up, and he pops the first pitch foul. 0-1.
Nice job by Freddie Galvis. Reminded everyone right now that remind your outfielders where the balls are hitting the air. That time of night.
Yep. Inside, 1-1.
Especially in this ballpark when there's no lights in the outfield.
That is one of the things they've talked about with the new ballpark, that there are lights in the outfield. They emphasize that all the time. Back toward the middle, Cesar gets to it, throws over to first. It's high and over the head of Tommy Joseph. Ibar will hold up at first. Infield single. Nice drive by Cesar Hernandez to get to it. Just couldn't get the trajectory on the throw.
Cesar's showing some pretty good range up to his right. It's a good play. Picks up speed once it hits the dirt. Throws a little lower. He gets him at first base, but still an awful hard play when your momentum's going towards the outfield.
Whistler takes outside. Whistler singled his last time up.
I think Cesar is a little angry at himself because he knew that could have been a Hyundai play.
I think sometimes their infielders do get frustrated with themselves when they can't make a play like that, because they don't have that opportunity all the time. Check swing. Did he go? No. This is the first base umpire. That's Nick Lentz. And it's 2-0. Over toward the hole, and Whistler has 2 hits. All right, so 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Braves here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Whistler came in with 3 hits on the season, and he has 2 now in this game. Changeup, and it's 0-1. Interesting first pitch changeup. We don't often see a changeup from Nola anyway, but a first pitch changeup is quite rare.
Jace Peterson has seen a few changeups today. It's his 4th one he's seen.
Nola trying to work out of this spot here in the 4th inning. To throw a 70th pitch of the night. Ground ball back to the mound. Nola's got it, and he leaves 2 here in the 4th inning. No runs, 2 hits. We've completed 4. We'll move to the 5th. The Phil's still nursing a 5-0 lead. Series against the San Francisco Giants, so make your plans now. Next week is the only time the Phillies will be at Citizens Bank Park in the next couple of weeks. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. The series wraps up with a 105 Citizens Bank Business Person Special on Thursday. Hello, with Matt Stairs and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy. We are heading to the top of the 5th inning. It's 5-0. Phillies on top. All 5 runs scoring in the 1st inning. And you see Whistler has settled down since that first when he allowed 4 earned and 4 hits. He's allowed just 1 hit, has 2 strikeouts over the last 3. Odubel Herrera will lead it off as we go to the 5th inning. That's part of the change too, is that he's throwing more soft stuff to start these at-bats. This is the third time through, and the third time through, the numbers are not very good for Whistler. In fact, he got through that fourth inning without any problem. That's usually a huge problem inning for him. He's allowed 8 of his 20 home runs in the fourth inning this year.
So he's not making the adjustment the hitters are. But so far he's made the adjustment after the first inning.
Yeah. 2-1 pitch whacked out toward left center field. Inciarte covering some ground. Darno calls him off and makes the catch. And Mikel Franco is coming up. Franco homered his first time up. Blasted into the seats in left field, deep into the seats in left field. That home run for Mikel, his 19th of the year, 58 runs batted in. That first inning, though, was a nice way to bounce back after the last 2 games in Miami, because players weren't happy after yesterday's game. Coaches were not happy after yesterday's game. And with all the struggles they had with runners in scoring position, and have had really since the All-Star break. That one got a piece of Anthony Recker. It remains 0-2.
I was wondering if he was going to throw him an off-speed pitch. We saw in the highlights for the game in the open, he hit a home run to left field on a slider. This game on an off-speed pitch. Got him out last at bat with a fastball. Give him a good slider right there.
Strikes him out. 3 strikeouts for Whistler. The 3 have come in the last 3 innings.
This is just a good location of the slider. Michael kind of in pull mode.
Tommy Joseph also homered his first time up. He homered to right center field. That one's hit sharply into left center field. His second hit of the night. A 2-out single, and Aaron Altair will bat for the 3rd time.
Just seems like every time Tommy Joseph starts a game, he's getting 2 hits.
Well, his average is up over 260 as well. His 14 home runs, 3rd among rookies. And his RBIs are rising among rookies as well. Altair is 1 for 2. Singled his first time, struck out his last time. And he takes high 1-0. Murph, we both saw Aaron Altair before the ballgame. He was all smiles and ready to go for tonight's opportunity.
You're right, Tom. Aaron Altair always seems to have a smile on his face, but today's was maybe even a little bit larger than normal. He is very happy, obviously, to be back in that Major League clubhouse. And, you know, he's wearing that wrist guard, which you talked about earlier. And I asked him, I said, you know, you come back here, you came into this season with the thought that you'd be the starting right fielder and have a chance to really show yourself over a full Major League season. You get injured in spring training. So how do you prevent from trying to do too much in the first couple of days back and trying to prove, you know, that you could have had the kind of season that everyone was hoping? He said, you know, it is one of the more difficult things to do. However, he said, I just have to consistently remind myself to stay within myself. I can't make it all happen in one game. I can't impress everybody with one at bat. I just have to take the game as it comes and continue to do it. So he says he feels very comfortable. He had 41 at bats during his rehab assignment, so he's feeling pretty good. Yeah,
I think he is feeling pretty good. That one is deep, and it is gone. 2-run home run for Altair. He got a hanger, and he rips it out of the ballpark. The 3rd home run of the night for the Phils.
Forget everything I said, Tom. He can impress everybody with one at bat. That's all he needs to do.
Well, I don't know, Matt. Were you impressed?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was impressed when I saw him for the first time. You got to be impressed with that good balance, foot down. See how early he recognizes the pitch. He was out in front just a hair, but strong enough to be able to have that nice leverage. Very nice.
Well, it's now 7-0 Phillies. His last home run September of last year. And here's Carlos Ruiz. Well, I showed you his smile up on the board while Murph was talking. You just saw his smile in the dugout. That might have even gotten Pete McCannon to smile a little bit in the dugout.
Well, you know, look, he's coming back from an injury. Is he going to try to do too much in a short time? No. That's what June 16th, 2014 was for. When he made his major league debut. That's when you want to impress the coaches. But knowing that he's gone through 14, impress the coaching staff in 15, he just wants to make sure that he can prove that he's healthy and he's ready to go.
Well, he certainly looked ready to go in his first at-bat with a single, but even more so here, stayed back enough to get a hold of this one. A 2-run shot makes it a 7-0 game. League Report. Citizens Bank. The next time you have a question about money, don't keep it to yourself. Ask a citizen. Lehigh Valley defeated Syracuse 6-4 yesterday. Darnell Sweeney 2 hits, an RBI and a run scored. Reading defeated Binghamton. Dylan Cousins had 3 RBIs. Clearwater lost to Daytona, and the Dominican Summer League team defeated the Astros 4-1. Ronaldo Marrero 3 for 5 with 8 runs scored. Aaron Altair was part of the minor league report the last few days because he was rehabbing. But now he's part of the major league report, and he's got a 2-run home run and a single in his first game in the big leagues. Bottom of the 5th inning. Chase Darno rolls 1 foul. By the way, speaking of the minor leagues, our thanks to Steve Potter for this one. But wins this season: Lehigh Valley 64, Reading 69, Clearwater 60. That is a .627 winning percentage. Whew. Darno hits one in the air to shallow center field. I don't know if O'Double sees it. No, he doesn't see it. He's wondering where it is, and it drops behind him. Darno's thinking about going to third. The throw by O'Double Herrera is not in time. That is a twilight triple for Chase Darno. It's what you talked about, Matt, how difficult sometimes it is to see the baseball at this time of the night here in Atlanta.
It is. You're just hoping that one of your outfielders or your infielders see it the whole way. Really, it's a play that you can tell right there he doesn't see it.
And there he's just hoping it doesn't hit him. Freddie Freeman, the batter. The infield is back, and Freeman hits it foul off the net by the on-deck circle. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. That pitch came in at 87 miles per hour from Aaron Nola. Curveball. That one's looped out toward right center field. That's going to split the gap. It'll score a run. It's going to get past Odubel Herrera. And Freeman's thinking about going to third and then stops there. Franco's throw behind him is not in time. Double and an RBI. 7-1. Phil's lead is at 6. And now Markakis is the batter.
Look how far out he is. Just that strength, that leverage. Being able to hit a ball that far.
Markakis is 0 for 2. He struck, or 0 for 1. He struck out his last time up, walked his first time to the plate. Fastball moves his feet inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Through the vacant hole on the left side, a base hit. Freeman will stop at third. 3 straight hits now for the Braves. And it puts runners on first and third with nobody out here in the 5th inning. Interesting, the issues that Aaron Nola's had this year, even getting through 5 innings during this stretch of struggling pitching.
If it's something to do with the 3rd time through the order.
Yeah. Adonis Garcia is the batter. The Phillies will set up to turn 2. They'll allow another run to score. Up by 6 right now. Garcia takes a fastball. 0-1. Opposite way through the hole on the right side. A base hit, an RBI, and first and second, still nobody out. That's a 10-game hitting streak now for Garcia. And here comes Bob McClure out to the mound to talk to Aaron Nola. Oh, those 2 extra runs the Phillies scored look huge right now, because now it's back to a 5-run lead. We're only in the bottom of the 5th inning. Matt Whistler, who settled down up until that home run to Aaron Altair, is hoping that his offense can keep things rolling here. An offense that is 14th in the league in batting average at .239. And hitting .256 since the All-Star break. Freddie Freeman is the guy that spearheads the whole thing, and he has an RBI double in this inning.
Well, if you go back with the start of this inning, Darno hits a fly ball.
Right.
Lost by Odubel Herrera in center field. It should have been 1 out. Freddie Freeman hits a double, which is fine. But yes, they've had 4 hits, but the last 2 hits have been on the ground.
There's one on the ground. Tommy Joseph quickly goes to second for 1. Nola's there to cover, and he missed the first base bag. So first and third with 1 man down.
Right on cue right there saying that he is getting the ground ball.
Right.
But just not
right.
at our infielders. Totally different if it's a racetrack in the outfield where guys are going line to line, gap to gap, chasing. But he is getting the ground ball. It's a good throw right there, Freddie. Tough. Nola was just a hair late getting to first base.
He just couldn't get his feet established. First and third. 1 man down, 7-2. Anthony Recker has grounded out twice, once to third, and the other time off the glove of Aaron Nola and back toward Cesar Hernandez at second base. Curveball. Be careful with that pitch there. That was one that was up a little bit, but it's a no balls and 1 strike. Slowed it up even more. Toyota Major League Scoreboard, the Cardinals lead the Marlins 5-3. That game's at the bottom of the 7th inning. It's an important ball game when it comes to the wild card because the Cardinals are closing quickly on the Marlins and the Mets. D. Gordon is 0 for 3. He sent out a Twitter apology to fans today before he was reinstated by the Marlins. Don Kelly was designated for assignment. He's the guy that had the 2 triples yesterday against the Phillies. Recker reaches out, lifts it to left center field. Odubel sees this one. Markakis tags. The throw goes to second base. It is 7-3. The Braves have gotten 3 runs in this inning. Sacrifice fly for Anthony Recker. Guybar to the plate with a runner at first base. 2 outs here in the 5th and 3 runs in. Brandon Snyder is out on deck for the Braves. Reserve infielder. Matt Marksberry is warming up. He was just activated today. Slide step low, 2-0. Ian Kroll, the left-hander, was also loosening up. Think you should discard the slide step at this point, Matt, or is that still something, even though you have a 4-run lead, is that still something you have to work on?
No, for me, I'd rather just see him take his time and concentrate on making a quality pitch. If he's still second base, so be it.
First 3 pitches were with the slide step, and they were out of the strike zone. There goes the runner. Pitch is slapped foul. It's 3-2. Ball was scorched into the first row.
You know, and I'd rather go this way. I'm putting the trust in me as a pitcher, saying, okay, and I know he's getting the sign to do the slide step, but I want to make 3 quality pitches to try to get him out. I'm not worried about the runner at first base. If there's a guy at second base, I'm not worried about him. If I make quality pitches, he's not scoring because I'm going to get him out.
Well, now he'll be off and running. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Tommy Joseph at first base, backing up. Curveball outside, ball 4. So the walk will bring the pinch hitter Snyder to the plate. Bullpen is up and working for the Phillies. Snyder will be the 8th man to bat in this inning for the Braves.
It's an interesting pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, throwing a curveball.
I agree. After throwing, what was it, 5 fastballs?
Yeah. I just find it. Just say I find it interesting.
David Hernandez, the first one warming up now for the Phils. Curveball. Snyder hitting 200 in the big leagues. He's got a couple pinch hit home runs. Well, now at this point, they're trying to get Nola through this 5th inning. He's allowed 3 runs, but there's still 2 runners on base with 2 men down. He's worked out of some jams already tonight. Braves have left 7 runners on base. Curveball. I love when he takes even more MPH off it. That one was at 75. He's thrown some 74, 73. Even if you're expecting it, if you throw it that slow, you're not going to barrel it up.
No, that's right, because you're expecting it to come in at a certain speed. You know, he has that different grip for 2 different curveballs.
Got him. He threw that one a little harder, 78 miles an hour. The strikeout ends the 5th inning. The Braves do score 3. That may be it for Aaron Nola. We've played 5 innings. He's due to bat 3rd. We'll move to the 6th at 7-3 Phils. is taking his power seriously at his major league audition. Tommy Joseph arrived after his call-up and has sent fly ball after long fly ball into the outfield seats. His first 13 career home runs came in his first 171 plate appearances, the fastest pace in Phillies all-time history. In addition, he is among the NL rookie leaders in average, home runs, slugging percentage, extra base hits, and RBIs. This Phillies rookie is ranking, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Matt Marksberry will take over here in the top of the 6th inning, just called up from the minor leagues. Matt Whistler goes 5 innings, allows 7 hits and 7 runs, 6 of those runs earned. He allowed 3 home runs. Marksberry in the minor leagues, 4-2 with a 2.32 ERA. We've seen it before. In fact, we saw him make his major league debut against the Phillies. So we start at the top of the 6th inning. The pitcher spot is due up 3rd for the Phillies. I think we may have seen Aaron Nola throw his last pitch tonight.
I would agree.
Freddie Galvis will lead it off. Galvis takes a fastball for strike 1. Two. Marksberry actually came up a couple different times last year for the Braves. Remember, he came up, he was at Citizens Bank Park. We commented on how his jersey looked like it was 8 times too big for him. Galvis lifts it out to right center field. Inciarte got a very good jump, makes the catch. 1 out. And that'll bring Cody Ashley to the plate. Time for our cold hard fact. Let's bring in Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you, Tom. It's brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light, and the Phillies have won 4 consecutive games over the Braves, which matches their longest winning streak since July 5th through August 1st of last season. They have not won 5 or more consecutive games against the Braves since an 8-game streak from July 20th, 2011 to May 1st, 2012, but they are hoping to get there tonight.
Absolutely. And they're going to need their bullpen to get them there. David Hernandez warming up still in the bullpen. Cody Ashley 0 for 2. Cody's average down to 213. Man, he needs a hit. Actually, he needs about 10 hits. 1 first, though.
And hopefully facing a left-hander. Sometimes when you're struggling at home plate, you see a lot of right-handers. You get some bad habits while facing a left-hander. Keeps that right shoulder in a little longer.
Fly ball, shallow center field. Inciarte comes ambling in. 2 outs. And Taylor Featherston is going to be the pinch hitter for the Phillies. So Marksberry's got the first 2 batters out. Featherston fouls it back. inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Finally threw a breaking pitch. Featherston was all geared up for a fastball. Outside 2-2. Matt Marksberry is from Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where he was born and raised. He went to a small high school that has produced 2 major leaguers, Marksberry and Jay Hawk Owens, former catcher for the Colorado Rockies. Featherston lifts it out toward left. It's not deep. Darno is in. Ibar is out, and it drops between the two. And Featherston better get back, and he does. So he has his first hit of the year. Little inexperience for Darno and for Ibar working together out there.
Ibar is doing the proper thing, going back on the ball until you get called off by your outfielder.
I think Ibar was waiting and waiting and waiting for
hoping
he was going to get called off. Cesar Hernandez walked his first time up 0 for 2. Takes it inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jose Ramirez also brought up today. I think he needs a bigger hat. 1 ball and no strikes to Cesar. Three balls and 2 strikes. Featherston will be off and running on this pitch. And ball 4. That'll put runners on first and second. Second time tonight Cesar has drawn a walk. And Odubel Herrera will get a chance to bat with 2 runners on. Be nice to get a couple more runs here just to give the Phillies bullpen a little bit more of a cushion. Roger McDowell going out to talk to Marksberry. Odubel today is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. He's also flied out to left a couple of times. All right, so the Phillies have 2 runners on. Murph, they've only left 2 on base here tonight. That's a good number compared to the things that happened in Miami.
Yeah, the things were not good in Miami when it comes to leaving runners on base. In fact, in the first 6 games of this road trip, 56 men left on base. That's an average of over 9 a game. They are batting 164 with runners in scoring position coming into tonight's game. They had no extra base hits with guys and runners with runners in scoring position. 18 strikeouts in that situation as well. So the season we've seen a lot of that. They've batted 225 the entire season. That's third worst in baseball with runners in scoring position. Only the Mets and the Yankees have been worse than the Phillies, but this particular road trip has not been good. But tonight, we've seen some good things, so that's a positive sign.
Yeah, Phillies 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position in that first inning when they scored the 5 runs. No hits since. Braves are experiencing a little of that tonight with 9 left on base. Odubel fouls it back, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, I mean, it's so important to get that base hit with runners in scoring position, but it also can put teams away. You know, like if you look at that game, the first game in Miami, they won 4-0. They were 1 for 9 with the runners in scoring position. And that's including if the base is loaded with 1 out. If you get a base hit, next thing you know, it goes from 1-0 at the time to 3-0. Now you end up winning 6-7-0.
Chopper to the right side. Peterson stays down on it. Phillies leave a couple here in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 men left. Middle of the 6th. Phillies lead it by 4 over the Braves. By Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery's new Mustang Instant Game. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. 30 home games remaining in Turner Field, Matt. Next year, the Braves will move into a brand new ballpark. It's going to be a shame to see this place go. They pulled the number off at the end of the top of the 5th inning. In fact, Olympic swimmer Missy Franklin was one of the participants who pulled off the number. Jace Peterson leads it off against David Hernandez. Hernandez on in relief of Aaron Nola. And delivers a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. David's numbers 2 and 3, a 4.24 ERA. Peterson bunts. It's a beauty. And Franco has no chance. Leadoff single here in the 6th inning will bring Chase Darno to the plate. Darno tonight is 1 for 3. He had the misjudged triple his last time up. I don't think you have any problems now. I mean, it is dark out. The sky is a perfect backdrop. Back towards shortstop. That could be two. Galvis flips to second for one. Hernandez quickly to first in time. A 6-4-3 double play.
Very good fastball, good two-seam fastball. Darno jams himself. Key is nice strong feed to Cesar. Nice underhand flip. Strong throw to first.
Freddie Freeman's been on base 3 times tonight. He doubled his last time. He singled in the first. He walked in the third. Braves have 9 hits. The Phillies have 8 hits. Up high, 2-1. You would think the game plan is Hernandez, Ramos, Neris, Gomez, or maybe Neris for 2 innings, depending on what the score is. Outside, now 3-1 to Freeman. Markakis waits on deck. Freddie Freeman's locked in right now. He was 4 for 8 the series against the Twins, 2-game series, and now he's got 2 hits tonight, 2 walks. Phillies will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers in a 3-game series beginning Tuesday, August 16th. All 3 games are night games, all at 7:05. In fact, after the Thursday, August 18th game, a post-game concert, the first of its kind, at Citizens Bank Park, featuring Chase Rice. Order your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Nick Markakis tonight is 1 for 2 with a walk. Singled his last time up. Good time for Carlos to go out. He's
missing on the same spot every time. Inside the left-handers.
There's Ramos loosening up right now with Genmar Gomez juggling behind him. Just a bit low. Markakis saw it from the get-go, and that puts 2 runners on. Back-to-back walks for David Hernandez. Bob McClure onto the horn. And even when you score 7 runs and 5 in the first inning, the game doesn't seem that easy. Adonis Garcia had an RBI single through the hole on the right side his last time up. They're still giving him that hole on the right side, even though Joseph is not holding the runner on.
That's why baseball is such a dangerous thing to play, especially if you get a couple of bloops and a blast, you can get right back into a game no matter what. We saw the bloop earlier by Darno that started that inning.
And a liner out toward left center field. This is going to get at least one run home. Can Odubel cut it off before Markakis gets home? The throw is cut off by Galvis. It's a 7-4 ball game with 2 runners in scoring position. An RBI double for Adonis Garcia. Now that's going to be it for David Hernandez. Here comes Pete Mackanin. He'll go to the right-hander. Ender Inciarte is due up for the Braves. So this is a ball game again. It's a 3-run lead for the Phils, up 7-4. The tying run coming to the plate. Atlanta Braves starters to pitch at least 8 innings and allow 1 run or less in their major league debuts.
Well, I know Matt Whistler's one.
He is one June 19th of last year.
I had to think about the other one and break it down. So Maddox didn't start his career here. Glavine had a terrible outing, his first outing. Avery, I have no idea. So I'm going to go with John Smoltz.
John Smoltz is correct. Both coming against the New York Mets. 8 innings and 1 run or fewer in their debut. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. He is in the Ring of Honor here. That Ring of Honor will head to the new ballpark.
I thought it might have been Necro, but he started his first 2 years in Milwaukee, I believe. It's the first 3 years.
For the Milwaukee Braves. Ender Inciarte will face Ramos to start it off, and he lofts it to center field. Odubel Herrera is there, so that's helpful. 1 pitch. And the final out is recorded. 1 more run scores for the Braves. They leave a couple more. We will move on to the 7th. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies scored 5 in the first. They're the most runs they've scored in the first inning this year. And then 2 more in the 5th inning before the Braves came back with 3 in the 5th. They've had 1 in the 6th inning. Freddie Freeman's had a good night for the Braves, but so has Aaron Altair. He's got a base hit and a 2-run home run. Aaron Nola lasted 5 innings, 8 hits, and 3 earned runs. So we go to the 7th inning with the Phillies hanging on to a 3-run lead. And Jose Ramirez will be the new pitcher for the Braves this year at Gwinnett, 3-2 with a 2.18 ERA. And he will face Maikel Franco. First pitch at 94 is way upstairs. Interesting that Brian Snitker would bring in somebody like Ramirez in such a tight game. Throwing him right into the fire. Oh, that ball whizzed right on by Anthony Recker. Ramirez is not.
If Tom, I'm going to interrupt you. If I was a guy that had that $478 million lotto and we won it, I'd bet it all right now that Maikel Franco will not swing right now.
Really?
Yeah.
But it doubled it right there.
But I don't have the money, so it doesn't matter.
Ramirez is 24 years old. He made his major league debut in 2014. Or excuse me, 26 years old. He made his major league debut when he was 24 with the Yankees. Pitched in 8 games out of the bullpen. 2015 with the Yankees and the Mariners. And then here in 2016, pitching with the Braves. The 3-1 pitch is hit foul. It's 3-2.
Well, Chris Winthrow has thrown a couple of games in a row. Cabrera's thrown a lot of pitches in 2 days. And Jim Johnson has thrown back-to-back days as well.
Down the left field line. Chase Darno in the corner, and it's a foul ball. He climbs the wall to try to grab it. Pretty good effort. That ball almost came back fair and out of the ballpark.
Very good effort.
Oh, he almost caught that ball. Phillies have 3 home runs in tonight's ball game. Franco has one of them, a 3-run shot in the first. Swing and a miss. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Franco strikes out. 1 gone here in the 7th inning. Saturday, August 20th, when the Phillies take on the St. Louis Cardinals, all fans coming to the ballpark will receive the replica of the Harry Kalas statue from Citizens Bank Park. It's free to all fans. Compliments of Toyota. All part of the 3-game series against the Cardinals, the surging Cardinals. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Tommy Joseph has 2 hits tonight. Joseph's average up to 265, 14 home runs, 26 runs batted in. One of his 2 hits tonight, an opposite field home run. He just missed that one toward the end of the bat. Darno comes running in. Ibar goes out. This time Darno clearly makes the call. 2 outs. Altair's also had a good night. He has 2 hits, a single and a home run. He has scored 2 runs. He's driven in 2 runs.
Pretty good arm right there. 96 with a little tail on the fastball.
Hey, you wonder if command has been his issue. Although if you look at his major league numbers, not his minor league numbers, but his major league numbers, he hasn't been given a whole lot of opportunities. 10 innings, 7 2/3, 4 2/3. And then this year, this is his 3rd inning of work in the big leagues with the Braves. Outside, 2-1. Although walks, even in a small capsule, have been an issue in the big leagues.
Well, I think his issue,
repeating his delivery.
well, and it's being able to throw sliders for strikes. Yeah, he has the great arm, the good 95, 96 mile-an-hour fastball, but being able to get the swing and miss slider.
That's lined into left center field. I think Aaron Altair is ready for the big leagues. I think they called him up at the right time. You wondered if he would need some extra at bats, and there may be games where he struggles. Not tonight. He's right on it.
His timing's very good. The key for him is to get that foot down early. It makes him recognize the pitch. And tonight he's had his foot down nice and early.
So a 3-hit night for Altair. Carlos Ruiz, who's 1 for 2 with a walk, is now the batter. No wrist guard this time. He's got the pad on. That's the pad we were talking about before. But he had a guard on when he was on base earlier.
Now he's getting it. He just remembered he needed it.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Ruiz.
See if Aaron can get a read right here. Good time to go. 2-1. Should get a pretty good pitch to hit. Showing some confidence right there to the slider.
Yeah.
2-1, hasn't thrown a slider for a strike yet.
Way outside, so the runner will be off on this pitch. Freddie Freeman is going to play behind Aaron Altair. Ball to the gap should mean a run for the Phils. Freddie Galvis on deck. Runner goes, and a strike 3 called on the inside part of the plate. The pitch fooled Ruiz, so he was frozen. Phillies get a hit in the inning. They leave 1. Time to stretch here in Atlanta. It's a 3-run Phillies lead. inning, and also the way Aaron Altair has come out of the gates so far this evening. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire, the opposition 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Ramos got the last out in the 6th inning, and now he's charged with getting 3 outs here in the 7th. First guy that he'll face is Anthony Recker. First pitch is in there, 0-1, 95 on that fastball. 2/3 of an inning for David Hernandez, 2 walks and a couple hits. Two. Hunter Cervenka warming up in the bullpen. Hernandez was charged with 1 run in his 2/3 of an inning. 3 runs charged to Aaron Nola, who went the first 5. Boy, that's a nasty pitch. I don't know how that wasn't called a strike. Carlos Ruiz is ready to start firing around the diamond.
It's a good pitch. Watch Ramos' reaction.
Wow, that's a strike. Woo. Throw it again. Off the hands, caught by Tommy Joseph. That's what you would call, Matt, a humpback liner right there. And Eric Ibar is coming to the plate. Ibar lines it to right center field. He can run. Odubel's running as well, trying to hold him to a single, and he does. Nice job by Odubel Herrera. So 1 out single. That is the 2nd hit of the night for Ibar. And Gordon Beckham will pinch hit.
Odubel does a nice job. Goes a long way to his left. I love that when the outfielders full speed and they do that turn.
Despite the 8 errors this year for Odubel Herrera, that's a lot, no question about that. But he does have 10 outfield assists, which is 2nd in the National League. Ender Inciarte is tied for 1st. He has 11 for the Braves, but 10 outfield assists. They haven't all been standard. So Cervenka is going to come into this ball game. Two 2-0 to Beckham. Beckham hitting .243 with 4 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Better with the count 2-0. A lot of hitters are. Cheese right there. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled off to the right. So Ibar goes back to 1st. Well, these are big innings for the Phillies bullpen right now.
Yeah, it is, and it's interesting that Ramos is slow to home, which is fine. Concentrate on getting the hitter. But sending the runner with a 7-4 lead for the Phillies, and you line into a double play.
That's a good point. Ibar doesn't go this time. Ball 4. That'll put runners on first and second. Now the top of the order is coming up. Sunday, August 14th, all fans coming to the ballpark will receive the Wall of Fame Fathead. It wraps up Toyota Wall of Fame weekend at Citizens Bank Park in the series against the Rockies. You can get tickets by going to Phillies.com for all 3 games. That is 6 walks issued by the Phillies tonight. 3 by Nola, 2 by Hernandez, and the 1 here by Ramos. That's a lot of walks.
"17 base runners today."
Jace Peterson fouls it away. It's 0-2. Not a bad crowd here tonight for this Thursday evening. Out to right center field. Altair will glide over, makes the catch. 2 outs. And Ramos 1 out away from getting through this 7th inning. And it'll be Chase Darno who is the batter. Swing and a miss. There's Hector Neris loosening up in the bullpen. He's just starting to throw. Action in this ball game. 20 hits between the 2 teams, 11 runs, 16 runners left on base between the 2. Your average will either go up 3 or 4 points tonight because of all the at-bats you have, or it's going to go down 3 or 4 points because of all the at-bats.
It's remarkable. It's the bottom of the 7th, and you have Peterson, who's already had 5 at-bats. Darno, this is his 5th at-bat.
Yeah.
7th inning.
Darno's 1 for 4.
How that missed him, I do not know.
I don't know. It was a breaking pitch. Carlos now has to go with a fastball. I mean, he's thrown 2 straight breaking balls. This is how tight the. Oh boy, that's really tight. He went on a slider. Ruiz picks it and fires to first. The strikeout ends the 7th inning. 2 more left on base for the Braves. They've left 13 through the first 7. On to the 8th. The Phils lead it by 3. brought to you by Toyota. For great summer deals, visit your local Toyota dealer or buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By McDonald's. Stop by McDonald's today and enjoy the new McPick 2 for $2.50 menu. I'm loving it. And by your local Ford stores. Phillies lead at 7-4 as we go to the top of the 8th inning here at Turner Field. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. Now this ball got on Maikel Franco quickly.
It did. It's a curveball. Garcia hits a one-hop missile to third base. But Maikel Franco does a nice play of getting that ball. I guess in the second, a little short hop. Making the play look very easy. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Well, changes for the Braves. Peterson moves to left field. And into the ball game is Beckham. He pinch hit. He's at second base. And Hunter Cervenka will take over on the mound. He'll face Freddie Galvis. As we start the top of the 8th inning, Phillies lead it by 3. And Galvis hits one off the end of the bat. Shallow left. Peterson sprinting in. Ibar backpedaling out. Oh, man. He makes a sweeping grab on that fly ball with his back to the infield. You want to talk about hand-eye coordination.
He got turned around, but he makes a very nice play right there.
Excellent play. You see the gold on that glove. He is a former Gold Glover.
Eye-hand coordination and just flat out good hands.
So what a way now for Cody Ashe. Phillies do have a base hit in each of the last 2 innings. Ashe hits one back toward the box, knocked down by Cervenka, picked up by Garcia, and he doesn't get the throw over in time. And Cody Ashe finally gets a hit. I mean, that one was drilled back to the box.
That one was drilled. That was hit hard back towards the middle. Cervenka got his glove up just in time.
Athletic trainer's coming out to check on him. He says he's okay. Well, the way things are going for Cody, he's probably thinking, I'm shocked he didn't catch it.
Or deflect hard enough to third base.
Right.
Oh, they're going to review it.
All right, so they are going to review it at this point. The Braves have not used their request, so they can request it here. I figure, why not? Right now it's a single. It could go down as a 1-5-3 if this play is overturned. Larry Vanover is the umpire to your left. He is the crew chief. Nick Lenz is the first base umpire. He's to the right. Take a look at Cody Ashe's foot in the air, and he is
safe. Spike's already on the bag.
Spike is on the bag. The bag is eventually compressed while the ball is in the glove. You know, watching that play live, I thought he was there well ahead of, well, I mean, just put it in perspective, well ahead of the throw. I didn't even think there was a question about it. There is a question about it. This is worth the challenge at this point. So this goes back to what we've talked about, which is what the folks in New York have said to us, and Major League Baseball has said. They have to determine where the ball was, whether it was in the glove or going in the glove, and he is safe. And I think we're in agreement of that. Call stands. It's not confirmed. It stands. Cody Ashe has his second hit in his last 34 at-bats. And Tyler Gerdell will now pinch hit for the Phils. Goodell hitting .206. He is 1 for 12 as a pinch hitter. The Phillies as a team have 19 pinch hits, 1 pinch hit home run. Their best pinch hitter is on the disabled list. That's Andres Blanco. Low, ball 1-0. So that means Hector Neris will come on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Ramos goes an inning and a third. Leaves a couple base runners, walks 1. One ball, no strikes to Goodell.
Keep on watching Goodell's placement with his hands. So he's trying to remember to keep the bat straight up.
He pops it up. Freddie Freeman backpedaling, which is what he was doing earlier when he was getting more at bats. It was a little easier, I think, for him. 2 outs, runner at first base, top of the order. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. It's time for our greater coverage of baseball presented by T-Mobile. And last night, Yoenis Cespedes was in the Mets lineup, and he came up late in the game, hit a 2-run home run to put the Mets ahead. They didn't hold on to that game. However, today, could not answer the call. Once again, bothered by that quad injury that has been causing him so many problems. And Terry Collins said today it may be longer than just a day that Cespedes is out. Good news for the Miami Marlins, though. Ichiro Suzuki, he came up in a pinch hit role in the 7th inning tonight against their game against the Cardinals, and he promptly hit a double. It is career hit number 2,998. He is just 2 away from that 3,000th hit, guys.
Could be a great moment when he's able to do it. And I think they're hoping that he does it before the end of this series, although I'm still surprised he hasn't played more over the last couple of days. He started just the 1 game with us.
Yeah, but who are you going to sit?
Well, that's it. I mean, Marcell Ozuna was having a good series. Yelich was having a good series, and Stanton was having a good back end of the series.
Yeah, he's on fire right now.
Stanton makes $300 million. He better play.
Yeah.
You get the feeling he only needs 1 more game as a starter, and he's going to get that.
You could be right about that. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, you figure he's going to pinch hit each night, right? So he'll pinch hit again tomorrow if he doesn't play. So if he gets another hit tomorrow, then definitively 1 hit or 1 start will do it. Oh, 2 to Cesar with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
No, I think sometimes they just who goes over. Whoever has a bad night. Yelich went 0 for 4 tonight, so maybe he'll get the day off tomorrow, depending if it's a lefty or righty.
Balls and 2 strikes to Cesar. Fouls it back to the screen.
That game in Miami, all right, St. Louis won 5-4. 2 hours and 28 minutes.
Pretty good. How about this? Only 1, 2, 3 inning. Phillies 4th inning. The dirt. Swing and a miss. Tied him up with a slider. Cesar strikes out to wrap up the top of the 8th inning. We played 7.5. The Phils holding on to a 3-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th here at Turner Field. Tomorrow at 6:30, Cameron Rupp tells us the secret behind his success with the bat this year. Plus, meet one of the best catching prospects in baseball, Reading's Jorge Alfaro, on an all-new Phillies clubhouse, the Backstop Edition, tomorrow at 6:30, right here on CSN. Back to the bullpen for the Phils. They lead it by 3. They had a 7-0 lead at one point. It's 7-4. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, it's Hector Neris' turn. Neris 3-3 with an ERA of 2.61. And he is on to face Freddie Freeman. Adebray Ramos, an inning and a third scoreless. First pitch to Freeman, swung on and missed. Last 2 games, 6 for 6 with 6 RBIs and 3 walks. Well, that is a torrid pace. That's a good pitch right there by Hector. Broke his bat, ground ball, foul.
Eventually they'll get to the dugout.
Holy cow. Fans are really cheering that broken bat. Take a listen. It was raining wood. He goes inside again. Freddie Freeman just glances back at Hector Neris and laughs. No balls and 2 strikes. In the dirt, 1-2. Over to first base, foul.
Throw that 95-mile-an-hour fastball, belt high. He's a very good low ball hitter. His type of swing, will either swing underneath it or he'll pop it up.
Center field. Odubel Herrera dances in to make the catch. So an 8-pitch at bat, and Hector Neris gets the first one, and probably, well, I don't want to underscore the other Braves, but that's the most important guy to get right now with 5 outs to go to pick up a victory. Get to the point where maybe he doesn't get up again, which would be huge. Markakis hits a foul, and it's 0-1. Markakis tonight has been on base 3 times. He's walked twice, singled, and scored. He's been left in scoring position 2 other times. Swing and a miss, 2 outs. Matt, he's doing a lot of this with just the fastball and not even worried about that split. He's thrown the split a couple times.
Well, I mean, he's got a very good fastball. We all know he throws very good. Good location. 95. Good fastball.
Adonis Garcia has 2 RBIs tonight. He has a couple hits. Pitches, 10 strikes. And it's 0-2.
I love the fact that Hector Neris just shook off twice. He shook off a slider. He shook off the split finger to throw the fastball.
That time he throws the split right in the dirt. Over to shortstop, hit sharply. Freddie Galvis throws over to first in time, and it's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Hector Neris. Pretty solid inning. First 1-2-3 inning of the night for Phillies pitching. We move to the night, 7-4 Phillies. take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Country music star Chase Rice performs in a post-game concert. It's the first ever on-field post-game concert at Citizens Bank Park. Now, your game ticket is also your concert ticket. No additional purchase is required. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com/Chase Rice if you want to take advantage of country music night at Citizens Bank Park.
Great deal.
It's a great deal. They're going to zip the stage onto the field. He's going to perform, and they'll zip it right on off. Here's Odubel Herrera to lead off against Hunter Cervenka here in the 9th inning. And Cervenka takes, or Odubel takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. They do that here a lot. In fact, a lot of times when we are here on the weekend, there are concerts after Sunday home games. In the dirt, 2-0. Odubel fouls it back. It's 2-1. These two teams will battle again tomorrow. Tomorrow's game is scheduled for 7:35 first pitch. In fact, it's alumni weekend, Matt, this weekend here in Atlanta.
Really?
Braves alumni weekend. Saturday, the former Braves will play a softball game. You should get in on that.
Former Braves.
Right. You should get in on as the opposition. There's Vince Velasquez. He'll start tomorrow. Down the left field line, out of play, and it's 2-2 to Herrera. Jeanmar Gomez in a save situation. Another one fouled down the left field line by Herrera. And we'll do it again with the count 2-2. And Herrera strikes out. Catcher hangs on. Second strikeout for Cervenka. And that'll be it for the lefty. Brian Snitker coming out. They're going to bring in a right-hander to face Michael Franco and Tommy Joseph. So a pitching change here at the top of the 9th inning. The Phillies lead it by 3. And we'll see who the new Braves pitcher is when we return to Turner Fields. Phillies up by 3. 7-4. And a pitching change. We'll be back after this. De La Cruz, who is warming up and ready to pitch for the Atlanta Braves. After the game, Ricky Vitalico breaks down the performance of Aaron Nola, plus a recap of tonight's offense for the Phils. Only on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies Post-Game Live. De La Cruz, who we saw as a starting pitcher the last time the Phillies and the Braves faced each other, at his 9th ball game, an ERA of 4.82.
He is a 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, 90-93, curveball, and a slider.
Facing Franco here. Franco and Tommy Joseph, and Franco chops it foul. And it's 0-1. Nice grab by that gentleman right there. Brought his glove to the game. Up the end of the bat, flails out to shallow center. Beckham backpedals, and there are 2 outs. So Franco hit the 3-run home run in the first, and in his 5th at bat, he pops out 1 for 5 in this game. You're right, though, Matt. It is amazing that the Braves have had so many guys get up tonight. The Phillies, you expect, because they have 7 runs. Right. Braves, though, have left 13. The Phillies have left 6 so far. There's Tommy Joseph. Joseph takes in. Tommy is 2 for 4. Flag down by De La Cruz. Whew. I don't know if that would have snuck into center field anyway, but that's a fantastic play for the final out. So he gets the 2 batters he faces. Jedmar Gomez is on to face Inciarte when we get back. As he will take over here in the 9th. Dominating 8th inning by Hector Neris, who struck out 1. Phillies lead it by 3. Try to take game 1 of this 4-game series and erase the bad taste of yesterday's loss to the Miami Marlins. Gomez trying to pick up his 27th save of the season. And he will face Ender Inciarte, Anthony Recker, and Eric Ibar. Those are the scheduled hitters for the Braves. Boy, it really has been a solid year for Jedmar. 29 strikeouts and 46 2/3. Aaron Nola won the first 5 tonight. He allowed 3 earned runs. He stands to be the winner. He has not won a game since the 5th of June. Over a month. Larry Vanover is going to take a look at the baseball for Jedmar Gomez. And he's going to throw away the one that Jedmar just used to warm up. That's very interesting. I didn't see if the ball hit the dirt or not on the throw around, but Inciarte I didn't think requested it at all. Did you see if the ball hit the dirt at all, Matt?
No, I didn't see it. Unless it was a throw down to second base.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. All right, so here's Inciarte, who has reached base once tonight on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 4. He has an 8-game hitting streak, which is on the line. Ruiz just reminds everybody to look for the bunt. And the first pitch on the inner half, it's 0-1. There's the hitting streak. It continues as Inciarte's aboard to start the 9th inning. So a 9-game streak. And Anthony Recker is coming up. Recker has an RBI and a sac fly tonight. Phillies are 2-4 so far on this road trip. Trying to win their 5th straight game against the Atlanta Braves. And record takes just a bit low, 1-0.
See if we can get one of those nice sinkers. Record is smothered, hit a ground ball to the left side.
One of those sinkers right there, and Recker let it go by, as you would expect with the count 2-0. Ibar is on deck. Fouls it away. It's 3-2. After Ibar, it's Beckham, who's in the pitcher's spot. See 6 double play ground outs and 33 opportunities for Gomez. And now the 3-2 pitch. Low ball for the tying run is coming to the plate. This has not been an easy night for the stomachs of Bob McClure and Pete Buchanan. 7-0 lead. It's 7-4 here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the tying run is coming up. Ibar has been on base the last 3 times. A couple hits and a walk. And he takes strike 1. Janmar's just got to pound fastballs here, right?
For location. I mean, last thing he wants to do is throw that sinker down and in.
Phillies pitchers have walked 7 tonight. That's why this is still a tight ball game. Part of the reason anyway. Ground ball towards second. This could be 2. There's 1. Galvis to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. Boy, that could not have come at a better time. 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
Now, a very good pitch, good sink on that fastball. Chooch is set up away. Ball goes down. Good flip. Easy 4-6-3.
Yeah, Ibar runs well, so you had to get rid of it quickly if you were Galvis. And now Gordon Beckham up for the second time. He walked his first time up. First pitch is outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes. One and two. Beckham thought that was a hair low. Infielders is set. So is Gomez. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Ruiz. It's 2-2.
Nice play by Chooch, knowing that split finger's coming. He's ready to block it.
It's the 45th plate appearance tonight for the Braves. Wow.
1 through 9, 5 at bats.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner leads off third, and the pitch. Outside, 3-2. Jace Peterson is on deck. That's Enciarte. He started the inning with a single to extend his hitting streak. He's at third. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gordon Beckham. And a base hit it to right field. It's a 7-5 game, and once again the tying run will come to the plate. Peterson is 1 for 5. This will be his 6th plate appearance of the night.
Now your outfielders will back up a hair.
Peterson takes strike 1.
See where Cody Ashley on the left, he's backed up quite a bit.
Trying to cut off the extra base hit if you possibly can.
Yep.
Off speed pitch, 0-2. Gomez with 26 saves, 1 out away from getting number 27. Runner leads off, and the pitch. Boy, that's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes.
Yeah, and Gomez is not missing by much.
Frank Core is out of the on-deck circle to pinch hit for d'Arnaud. Ground ball, foul. Knocked down by Tommy Joseph, and we will do it again.
That's why you guard the line on the pull side. Cannot allow anything to go to your left. See how close he's playing to the line. Tommy Joseph could actually back up a lot more.
Runner goes, or stops, I should say, and the pitch is fouled. Matter remains 1-2, so a fresh set of baseballs for Larry Vanover. Jace Peterson stays alive. He represents the tying run. If this inning stays alive and he gets on, Gomez will have to face Francoeur with the tying runs aboard. This will be the 22nd pitch of this inning for Genmar. Off the plate, Tommy Joseph charges, and it is a foul ball. Larry Vanover, the home plate umpire, is the guy that should have made the call. The ball had not gone past the bag. It was the first base umpire, though, who made the call. That's interesting. It's not anything that could be reviewed anyway. Joseph plays behind the runner at first, the 1-2 pitch. And a fastball on the inside corner, strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. You can wipe the sweat from your brow. The Phils, who had a 7-run lead, win it by 2 as Genmar Gomez picks up his 27th save of the season. Franco, Altair, and Joseph all homered. Aaron Altair is our Chevrolet player of the game. 3 for 4, a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored.
Good fastball right here, that front door sinker. Perfect pitch, perfect location. Right on the corner.
Boy, these games, some of them you think are laughers. There's no laughing by the end of it. Here's our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. Part of the reason why the Phils were able to get this one rolling.
Let's talk some home runs. Michael Franco, first inning, gets a curveball down the zone and crushes a long home run to left field. That was his 19th. And Tommy Joseph, the next hitter, shows his opposite field power with a fastball up in the zone. Crushes that one to right field for his 14th. And then welcome back to the lineup. Aaron Altair gets a little curveball. Stays back and crushes that ball to left field for his first of the year. And he is down the field with our own Greg Murphy. Murph, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Yeah, he is now leading the league and hitting at 750, so congratulations on that. But, hey, you know, it's been a long time coming for your season debut, but it happens tonight. And as far as debut goes, I would imagine you'd be pretty pleased with this one.
Yeah, you know, you sitting at home just thinking about what that first day is going to be like. You know, and for that to be, you know, today like that, and I just thank God for getting me through that time and healing me and getting me back, you know, pretty fast, and just thank God for that game right there.
You know, you and I spoke before the game, and I asked you about how, you know, you kind of have to stay within yourself, not press too much, you know, and not try to do everything all at once. As I'm telling that story, you go ahead and hit that home run. But I guess that when you are trying to stay within yourself, good things happen.
Yeah, you know, that's what happens. Every time I try to do too much is when I get out and make bad outs. But, you know, if I just stay within myself and do what I know I can do, that's when I start hitting the ball hard.
You know, when you think back to when you got injured and we heard the news, the next couple of days, there was a thought that maybe you would not be back this season. Was there ever a doubt in your mind that you were going to be back and playing this year?
No, not at all. Not in my mind. I always knew I'd be back sooner or later this year. So, again, I just thank God for getting that.